Lakeysha Keysha, queen of the plot. Hit that bell, cause the tea don't stop. She don't miss nothing, got the scoop on lock. Spilling all the tea while it's still too hot. Lakeysha Keysha, queen of the plot. Hit that bell, cause the tea don't stop. Hit that bell, cause the tea don't stop.
Hey guys, we are back for another video. If you guys are not following me here, make sure you do so. And also, if you guys are on Snapchat, go ahead and follow me over there as well. Y'all, we got to get into this situation with Brit Eady and this Kenya situation, because I don't know how y'all feeling about it, but is this going to be the entire storyline of this young lady, Brit Eady? Now, there is a lot that I can say, but I'm going to reserve everything I got to say for the end, because let me just make sure I say this. I am not a kenyamoore fan. I mean, I don't have anything against Kenya, but I'm just not a kenyamoore fan. I feel like a lot of things that she's done over the years was a little bit too much. But for this particular situation, I feel like both people played a part. Kenya is no longer here, and I feel like this young lady is bleeding this storyline dry. She is milking the entire hell out of this storyline. And if this is going to be the only thing she has to offer, I wish that she don't come back, because let's be honest, she played a huge part in what happened. For her to continue to try to paint herself as a victim is very, very exhausting, when it seems like she's taking little to no responsibility for the part that she played, because she continually tells us how terrible Kenya has been to her, but we haven't really seen it. The only thing we saw was that she was in fact a fan, a real fan, to the point that she even knows Kenya's one-liners. She knows Kenya's twirl. Kenya says that she's telling people to twirl out. So it's given that, it's something really weird with this lady. And again, I'm not a Kenya fan, but this lady is giving weird vibes all the way around. I don't know what y'all think, but let's kind of get into a specific one that really kind of got on my nerves.
What you doing? Oh, wow.
I have not slept in like 24 hours.
You say hi, Daddy?
I have had all of Kenya's minions, my friends,
Okay, so with regards to that particular situation, what she is saying is basically her life is ruined. So she wants us to think that this entire situation has ruined her life, and that it is all Kenya's fault, that everything that is happening to her now. And people are saying the same thing. I'm thinking, girl, you is dragging this out. You are playing victim. You picked a fight. Now, Kenya handled it a little bit different. But ma'am, those were pictures that you took, which I don't understand why any teenager would be, eating an eggplant, at teenage age, but it just seems like this girl is taking zero responsibility, and she is milking the entire hell out of this situation. She even went so far as to say she is going to lose her license. Now, if anybody has any type of professional license, I have a few. A lot of them that I don't even use and don't even want. There is no way that you're going to lose your license because someone shows a picture of you. So that is a flat out lie. But if you guys caught on when Angela called her out and said, wait a minute now, I have license. And Angela says, now, I just want to understand, how are you going to lose your license? And then she snapped. She practically snapped at Angela. And let's kind of get into that because it's just giving that this girl is she's doing a little bit too much.
Right? It's nasty work, honey.
Oh my God, it's so nasty. Yeah, that's why Kenya's not here, because of the nasty work that she's done. And it seems like nobody wants to acknowledge that.
So, interesting again that she continually brings Kenya's name up. Kenya. Now, in that particular instance, she was mad or very upset because the ladies reached out to Kenya. Now, this is a reality show in which stuff happens. They're not going to forsake their relationship with Kenya because of what you guys went through. So it almost made it seem like she wanted everybody to just stop talking to Kenya and immediately take her side. Now, we all feel like, we all have our different, feelings as to how this went down. But girl, you're asking for, do you want Kenya's life? I mean, I'm not understanding why she does not want the ladies to have anything to do with Kenya. That's really, really weird to me. And not only that, she starts an entire fight with it, which was totally unwarranted.
Ability for how we even got here. But why?
Read the room.
Why?
Read the room.
Why is she not here?
Read the room. Read the mother.
Now, okay, so that was totally uncalled for. Telling, Angela to read the MFing room when they are there trying to support her. So it is something that is not adding up about Britt. And, we don't see a lot of this, but it really seems like she's not the victim that we may have thought that she was. Now, Kenya to me did go far, but it seems like she is milking the entire hell out of this entire situation. And to think that everybody is going to just pretty much abandon Kenya. These are friendships that she has built over the years. She just didn't meet these people. Now, they may not agree with what she did, but they're not going to just abandon her. But the fact that she wanted that to happen is really, really weird. And then I believe Angela asks her a valid question. Angela says, wait a minute. You lost your license? Because Angela is like, wait a minute, I have license. There's, how can they do that to you? Is where I felt Angela was going with it. And she immediately attacked Angela and told her to read the MFing room. What we're going to learn with regards to Brit Eady is that people don't like her. And it can't be everybody. Like, I know she wants to paint this terrible picture about Kenya, but the fact of the matter is we've been watching Kenya on this show for what, 10 years, 10 seasons or whatever. There's not really much she can tell us about Kenya, but we're definitely learning who she is. And I don't believe victim is the right category. I believe she's milking this situation. She's lying. She's not being truthful because essentially she says that it was Kenya, the reason why she's going to lose her license. And then when she was challenged about that lie, she said she was under investigation. Well, let me kind of bring it home for y'all. She was not under investigation. That is a flat out lie. How would she be under investigations for someone showing pictures of her? Tell me what's the name of that investigation? Like, what role did you play in someone putting up pictures of you? So this lady is definitely wanting to take the victim route, but it is so aggressive till it almost seems like she's enjoying this publicity because we didn't know who the hell she was. So, she can talk about Kenya all she want, but what we saw is that she wanted to be Kenya's friend. So what I saw is a grown lady running behind another grown lady wanting to be acknowledged. So now you've kind of got the recognition that you wanted, but now you're complaining, which I get, you know, Kenya shouldn't have done that, but I believe she's making this so much more than it really is, because the truth of the matter is you took those pictures. It's not like, you know, she stole them out of your purse or anything. The pictures were out there. And in fact, she said that she had them removed from the internet. So apparently they are out there, because she said herself that she had them all removed from the internet. So this victim mentality is really, really wearing thin.
Been able to talk to you. I feel like the other ladies haven't been able to truly understand how you feel. Today's like brunch was like for you. You know what I mean? Like I wanted to come here and support you. And I think they were able to talk to Kenya maybe about her feelings. I think it's time for them to kind of hear about like you.
You guys all talked to Kenya about her feelings?
We did.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And that's kind of where it kind of went sour, I would say, because she didn't like the fact that they, you know, they spoke to Kenya. And I'm like, girl, what is this obsession with Kenya? Because, you know, Kenya, you know, she kind of went to the left with what she did, but there is certainly an obsession for Kenya here. There is an obsession for Kenya so bad that it actually looks a little bit crazy that, you know, we're actually having this discussion, because I would have thought that maybe her and Kenya would have, you know, maybe went back and forth. But again, Kenya is saying that what she said obviously was an issue for her. And now, you know, Britt is saying what Kenya did was an issue for her. And everybody is like, girl, get over it. Like, you played a part in this. Stop acting like a victim.
Talk to you. I feel like the other ladies haven't been able to truly understand how you feel. Today's like brunch was like for you.
So that is kind of what I got out of this situation. It just seemed to me that Britt is really milking the hell out of this situation. And she is just, I think it is becoming her entire storyline. And again, if this is going to become her storyline, then I think we're going to learn that possibly this was drawn out, because maybe the girl just don't have a storyline. Because this, by all means, I hope this is not the only thing that we're going to learn about Britt, is that she had disgusting pictures on the internet. And even so much as, you know, every interview that she's given has been about Kenya, and
film with her again. If that was something that came
at
back
this moment today, I would not film with her. But if there was an opportunity for her to grow from this situation genuinely, not just saying what she wants to say for the fans, but if she was genuinely honest and genuinely interested in making things right, and to humble herself and come to me and apologize and have that real conversation with me, because that's all that matters at the end of the day. It's not what the fans think. It's not what, you know, behind the scenes with production or Bravo. It's not about them. It's about,
I'm sorry, this is giving something very much different. Her saying you want Kenya to come to you and apologize, when it is very clear that you guys are just not going to work. And Kenya would probably go to hell before she apologized to you in your face, because it just seems to me that that is what you want. Now, she clearly states that she didn't want to film with Kenya, but I don't know, y'all, if it's just me, but it just seems like it was something deeper here, because this vitriol that I saw you have for Kenya, and me watching Kenya for years, and I'm really not a Kenya fan, knowing how Kenya get down, it just seemed to me that she was trying to stay away from you. Now, I don't know what we would have missed, because obviously we're only going to see what they show us, but it seems like this girl has some kind of weird obsession for Kenya. And even what's her name, Portia, spoke of it and said she feels like when Britt came on the show, she was looking for that Kenya, but it looks like that Kenya that she was looking for wasn't there. So possibly she needed to resort to something else, because I am almost positive that this lady, when she came on this show, Kenya was going to be her target, but I'm not sure she thought that it was going to end like it did. I don't believe for one bit that she's a victim, because I mean, Kenya, she didn't have to show the pictures, and definitely not at her event, but the pictures were there. These are pictures that you had. So essentially, anybody could have did research and found those pictures. She said it herself. She said she worked so hard to get those pictures off of the internet, but apparently she didn't, because Kenya was able to actually find them. So I don't know what y'all think about this, but to me, again, Kenya shouldn't have done, that at her event, but then Britt shouldn't have done what she did as well. Now, what you'll hear her say is that she apologized. Well, your apology that you gave Kenya, she didn't accept it for whatever reason. She didn't accept it. So you apologize, but it wasn't accepted. So the fact of the matter is, Britt, girl, you went overboard. You're asking somebody to forgive you for talking about chains and whips and a pow pow. So I kind of can, understand where Kenya is coming from, because you went way too far, way too far. And I don't even believe that these two had even established any type of relationship. So it's a different, situation to have not established a relationship with somebody and have them straight come for you. I don't believe Kenya had established any relationship with this lady, but yet it seemed like she came on the show looking for the smoke from Kenya. So that is pretty much what I got. Again, I don't feel that this woman is exactly a victim. I feel like she wanted the smoke, and I feel like she got it. Y'all got to let me know what